All right. Welcome back to Brass Tacks. And now for our sponsors.
So as you guys can see today, where we're sitting, we're actually at the bottom of Bike Shop Rivonia. This is Car Shop Rivonia. They cover everything here. I mean, from supercars to superbikes, adventures, you name it. Whatever you're looking for, they've got it. If you want to do a trade on a car for a bike, or a bike for a car, or a jet ski for a bike, they do it all here. Come past, come have a look. Guys are here every single day, literally except for a Sunday. Most public holidays, the boys are here as well. Pop past to come and have a look.
They were gracious enough to let us use their area for our podcast this week. So, a bit of a change of environment. Excellent. So, how the fuck are you, bro? It's been about a month. Has it been a month since the last episode?
In a month, literally a month, I think.
We're back on schedule, people.
Yeah, we're trying. As long as no more of that life intervenes stuff, I think we'll be just fine. No more operations and no more crap like that. And I think we'll be.
Fucking operation?
No, dude, but I'm getting old and everything's falling apart. I'm like a gazelle.
Yeah.
Like a gazelle, a very dead gazelle that was run over.
So let's start off, I would say, at the most natural point that I can think of. So you're playing ice hockey now.
Ice hockey, bro. Ice hockey goalie. I mean, I played 27 years ago. And playing then to now, the dynamics have changed, bro. I never used to do the slide across the ice shit on my knees, never.
Yeah.
I just got in the way of that little flip and piss missile that gets launched at you.
Yes.
But it is probably the best I've ever felt in my life. Granted, I'm really sore and stiff today, but dude, I've never had so much joy doing something. You know, like it's one of those things that it is so tiring, but at the end of it, you are completely and utterly blown away. You're like, I've never felt this relaxed, this de-stressed, chilled, everything. And I'm hoping like next year, we had a quick chat, might play the Masters series, which is really, really good. So looking forward to that kind of stuff.
What's Masters, 40 plus?
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude, I'm old as fur.
Yeah, that's very courageous of you to enter a lady sport like this. So
Is it a
lady
lady sport? Yeah. Did you know that ice hockey is the fastest team sport in the world?
Fastest team sport in relation to the speed the guys hit going in each direction? Or?
Yeah, 100%, dude. It is rated the fastest team sport. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. Yeah,
so it's
I know very little about ice hockey.
You must come. I mean, it's down the road from you. You must come. You must just come one night. Come check it out.
Let me know when it is. Yeah,
absolutely savage.
No, that's excellent.
And you still with the boxing and.
Yeah, still boxing. Yeah, I'm enjoying the boxing. A lot of the guys I train with are doing a white collar boxing match in the next 2 or 3 weeks or so. And they're like, oh, you should enter. And I'm like, yeah, but I love boxing for the training of it. Okay, I'm better than most, worse than some, I suppose, right? And for me, I don't feel the urge to go and get panel beaten in a white collar boxing match where I'll more than likely get my nose broken and the lip split.
Yes.
For the sake of knowing that I can throw a punch and take one. We spar hard enough for me to not need to do that.
Yeah.
If one day maybe, I train with Shannon Stradham. So if he tells me one day, yeah, you should do a white collar boxing match because it will improve your boxing, then I'll do it from that perspective. And not disrespect, Ashley or Hein, but not to prove a point that I can go and beat somebody. I do enough of jets and whatever else. If it comes to it, once I see red, you don't know.
Oh God, yeah.
No. So yeah, I'm loving the boxing and bouldering. Bro, you should try that. Well, indoor rock climbing. Fuck, that is really, really exceptional. Yeah, my knees are getting a lot stronger now, so I was able to get over the PTSD of snapping my quad off.
Yes.
But yeah, bro. I mean, we're getting old, right?
That's what's scaring me because I've got that tear on the ACL.
Yes.
And I mean, I've got quite a nasty tear here. So, and this knee is not the best, as we all know. I mean, it's been rebuilt twice now.
Shit.
So with the ice hockey and the movements, it's quite scary, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But every day before I go to practice, an hour of stretching and that, and hip mobility and that, and it seems to be working.
A piece of advice for you, never stretch a cold muscle. Okay, so if you're going to do some stretches before exercise, or there's active stretches, maybe jumping, never stretch a muscle maximally, otherwise you put too much tension on it and create micro tears.
Okay.
So stretch it when it's warm.
Got it.
Do like I'll show you afterwards.
No,
that's great, bro.
Yeah.
And I mean, ice hockey is a lot of lateral movements, right?
Yes, 100%.
And those are the ones that you don't normally get to train because you train more forward and backwards.
bro.
So you gotta be wary of that.
So the main thing with a goalie is there's this position that I never used to do. So like I said, I just used to stand in front of the piss missile while they're shooting it at me and try and stop it. Now there's this position called the butterfly. I'll actually send you a picture of the butterfly. It is it is terrifying movement for me, but I've noticed the further my legs are apart, the quicker I can get down.
Yeah.
So
Oh, right. But then you also rely a lot on your MCLs and PCLs to stabilize you in that position. Yeah.
So I've got this really nice knee strap. It's got two, I'd probably say, almost like cartilage on each side. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That actually is quite lekker. So I'm quite happy about that. So yeah,
I'm curious about from an affordability point of view. Is it a sport? Let's say I decide tomorrow I want to become a goalie in ice hockey. How much kit am I looking at? How much money am I looking at spending in terms of it? Because I mean that's super important for me. Because often they talk about, and I mean more globally, right? They talk about the sports that are accessible to a certain class of people.
Yes, 100%.
I want to be a goalie, and I want to buy enough gear so that I don't get my face smashed in and my balls flattened.
Yes.
Let's say, how much money am I in for?
So, okay, what I would advise is look for a good set of second-hand kit to start with, which is still in the region of about 15 Gs. Okay, that's on the low end. If you're buying all brand new, bro, get ready for close to like 30 grand, depending what you're looking at taking. I mean, Warrior does some really good stuff, but you got to remember we have to import that because we don't have a local skate shop like we can't, like in Canada or the States, you can walk into a shop and go buy
Walmart, right?
Yeah, no, you can go in and buy that stuff. No, we can't. We have to import that. I mean, Akisha's helmet, we were chatting last night, her helmet, I think is about 10 Gs for her Warrior helmet.
Okay.
You know,
So you've got what? You've got your skates.
Okay, so you've got your skates, you've got your shins, you've got your knee pads underneath that as well. You've got your pants, which is padded all the way up.
Yeah.
Your groin protector. Okay, you need that, trust me.
I'm sure you need that.
Your chest protector.
Yeah.
Obviously, as a goalie, your chest protector comes with everything, your arms, everything.
Okay.
You need your catcher's mitt.
Yep.
You need your blocker, your stick, your helmet. And
Blocker?
Yeah, blocker. So
It's like a pad that goes over your hand. Okay, fine.
And then you need your helmet. You need a neck guard as well.
Yes.
You got to be, if they hit you in the throat, it's game over.
Gloves.
Your gloves are part of the mitt.
Nice.
Your catcher's mitt, whatever you want to call it. And then obviously your blocker is already a glove with a blocker plate over it. And then a decent stick. And then obviously,
Is the goalie's stick the same as the player's stick? It's not. It's wider and it's more for blocking and less for striking, right?
Yes, 100%.
So 15 odd grand, huh? So that's
that's on the low end. But like I said, it's something I found that I am going to probably be doing for the rest of my life until this eventually gives out. You know what I mean?
That's good. No, that's very good.
Because unfortunately with ice hockey goalies, what usually goes on them is knees, ankles, and hips, and eventually the guys. It's just too much.
Did you ever see the unfortunate incident that occurred in the US in ice hockey? It was about 8 years ago, where a guy got his throat slit. Yes, that was fucking horrific. Yeah.
Dude, I saw, but let me tell you something. The Canadians and the Americans are built different when it comes to ice hockey.
Yeah.
I can't remember the player's name, so I'm not even going to try. The guy fell over the goalie, and the goalie's blade was up, hit him in the face, cut him open. That son of a bitch walked straight into the locker room, got stitches, came back out and played.
Yeah.
Built different.
Built different, bro. I mean, you're allowed to penalty beat the oak in the middle of a game if you have. What is the rule with that?
Okay, so that's more on your national. That's like the national level, like your A game type stuff. That's full contact. Anything below that is not like your divisions, different divisions, and that. Not full contact, but that's like serious, bro. That's national stuff. That. Very, very crazy.
No, that's very cool.
Look, I'm still learning a lot. I mean, like the last time I played was 27 years ago, bro.
Oh, wow.
So I'm learning still a lot, all the different divisions, so on and so forth. And yeah.
Do you find that there's been much of a change in the game based on how you played it 27 years ago in relation to perhaps tactics and movements and technology?
100%, dude. 100%, bro. The sticks are carbon. I mean, my stick's a carbon stick.
Yeah.
Back from the day, I think.
Maple.
Sherwood, all of those kind of sticks were still maple wood. You know what I mean? Now it's like carbon this and carbon that and grammage, and so it's really, really cool.
That's nice. I wonder if it'll give you some sort of a muscle memory advantage because you used to use I don't want to say less than technology, but technology that wasn't as advanced as it is now. So even though you're slightly older now, the stuff is so much better, so much lighter, right? So maybe there'll be like a nice convergence of.
I'd like to say yes, but it's the brain is willing, the body is like, carry on, we're going to the ER, you know, so that's.
But you know what the beauty is of these combat sports is, and I feel it myself at not necessarily boxing yet, but I feel it at climbing, is that initially when I started, I would let's say you climb, you're as high as these lights where your feet are, and you take one handle and then you jump down and you land, and it hurts the first couple of times.
Yeah.
But my doctor actually said to me that the more I jump down like that, the more you create slight fissures in the bone, and the stronger your bones break. So last week I was jumping a lot more, and I felt the best I've ever felt 2 days later. If that makes sense. It would never happen that quickly, but the more you put your body to strain and stress, and my diet's generally always good, okay? And I'm doing the best that I can to maintain my musculature, my physique for my age. But I physically feel, look, outside of my ankle, which is I'm going to get fixed, probably the best physically that I felt in all my years. And I'm approaching 46 this year.
Yeah.
This year. Yeah.
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 Yeah. That's pretty crazy. I found that I agree on what exactly what you've just said. That the first 2 training sessions were savage. The next day I was broken. Today I'm feeling very tired, but I'm feeling better than what I felt the last training sessions. You know what I mean? My body isn't hurting like it was. I don't feel stiff and uncomfortable, which is absolutely fantastic for me. You know. I said I'm also getting old, bro, and the injuries don't help.
No, but you've got to also supplement for the things that you're doing. Okay, so as we get older, do you know what sarcopenia is?
No, but you're going to tell me now.
Yes, of course I am. It's muscle degradation that happens through normal aging.
Yes.
So as we get older, your body, I studied nutrition, but I can't remember exactly how it works. Your body needs more protein in order to hit its leucine threshold. So you need to actually eat more protein in order to maintain your muscle mass, which is why older people, I apologize to all the pros out there who are listening to me this explaining sarcopenia and pissing themselves, but it was good enough. So basically you need more protein as you get older to maintain your muscle mass. Okay, which is why when people get older, they get frail, and then you end up hearing about people, they fell over, they don't know why they break their hips. So consider that also, because you weren't doing ice hockey before, right?
No.
But now you are. So what are you doing about managing the additional outputs from an energy perspective to manage that? Are you eating more before your training session? Are you supplementing with something? No. Otherwise, you're going to run your body down.
Exactly, and I think that's why last week I actually got sick after the training session.
Yeah, it's also fucking winter, bro.
Yeah, dude, I actually was sick with that flu, bro. I even had like blisters on my nose, still recovering from the shit.
Yeah.
So my body was so run down after that training session. Keisha and Kira and all of them still came up to me like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine," but I was really winded, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you. I'm going to have to actually look into that to try and... I don't know, just try to find a happy medium with that.
Exactly, maybe a pre-workout, post-workout sort of protocol. But we're in a place, we were upstairs a second ago, sorry to change the topic.
No, for it. Yeah.
Lots of nice bikes up there.
Oh, there were some beautiful things up there.
We saw a V4, we saw a factory, a Aprilia, we saw a couple of Ducatis.
Look, honestly, I'm not a KTM fan. Shoot me, I don't give a shit. But that flippin' Evo, that KTM Super Duke Evo that was upstairs, it's a pretty looking beast, that thing.
It's very nice. I'm not a KTM fan, rode them.
Just jumping onto that, like you said, rode them. I also I've ridden so many Super Dukes, and it's a tall bike. You feel like you're sitting on top of the bike. It feels, I don't know, I just don't get that. It's just a weird feeling, no? It's a good bike, don't get me wrong.
No, but people love them. Right? Yeah. It's just not for me, because I felt like I was sitting too far over the front tire. So I was on the bike, and if I do this on my Aprilia, I can see some of the front tire. On that bike, I couldn't. So I did that, and I had no idea where the front tire was. It felt like I was almost too far over. Yeah. And then, it never really grabbed me. But looking at them, that one is a phenomenal example. Would I give them the money that it won't give me as much joy as something else, but beautiful to look at. We'll post a picture.
Dude, you know what else is a crazy bike that kills me every time I have to test ride it? That MV Augusta Rivali. Remember Rowley had one?
Yes.
Dude, you sit on that bike, it is so short. You've just got a tank. That's what you see. Just this tank, and there's no bike. And that thing, you ride that little bike, 800cc, it is evil. The only way to describe that bike is like if you take an American pit bull and you shove its nose into cocaine and then you kick it in its balls and you let it go.
Yeah.
That's how mental it is.
Yeah.
I just don't see the purpose of it.
Shorter wheelbase than a Buell?
I don't actually know, but I'd probably like just winging it, so don't shoot me. They're pretty much the same. It is tiny, and it weighs nothing.
Yeah.
Wheeling it is a trick because the throttle is so snatchy, and I think that's one of MV Augusta's problems, is that they fly by wire so on off, you know what I mean? So wheeling it, like remember that Aprilia I had, the Dos Rodoro?
Yes.
That throttle was so twitchy that the slightest input would change the direction of the bike. So yeah.
I remember you and I rode both those bikes. You remember?
Yes.
They gave us 2 bikes. Was it a Rivale and a Brutale? No, it was
It was a dragster.
Yes, the dragster and the Rivale, I think.
Yeah.
No?
Yes,
Dragster and a?
it was a dragster and a Brutale.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a Brutale that we rode.
Yeah, that was, and also it was wide. It was wide because the one we rode had the wide bars firstly,
yeah.
and then they had those weird fold-out mirrors.
Yeah,
So
it was the dragster R. We rode the dragster R with the spoked wheels and stuff.
Gavin's one was nice, though.
Yeah, Gavin's one was pretty. I love that one. That was the original OG dragster. It was the burgundy with the white wheels, and that was absolutely a
multi-spoke wheel. Yeah,
Yes.
Jeez, beautiful bike.
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, track bikes. Have you been to the track, Pablas?
No, the last time I went was when we rented from Jason Vessels at Red Star, and that was, you went after me. It was the last time. I haven't had any time after that. Caleb wants to go again, so.
I still have a credit with Jason for a track session because when I paid the last time, I had an unfortunate situation with my ankle. Yes.
I remember.
So, but I mean, it's not something I want to do in winter either.
No, I don't. It gets cold there. In the morning, you shit yourself there.
Yeah. And you want, I mean, and I'm not necessarily a rider that is that technical that I worry about tire temperatures, you know, and all this shit. I just want to get on the track and do the thing.
Yes.
And I think it's going to count against me because tire temperatures do matter. And even though I never really check them or set them, when you're going out there and you're trying to keep your tires warm because you're trying to go a bit fast, not that I am, it's probably going to end up in some shitty situations.
100%. Just being in this building is very cool. Like if you see like where Bike Shop Rivonia started, I mean, they were literally around the corner. Did you know that? Literally in this complex, around the corner in a little shop that could house bikes. Like if you see where the Lambo's parked in the car there, they only had enough room to have like 2 rows of bikes.
I remember that. I saw it. Yeah, it was next to Safari Outdoor.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
And now look at it, eh?
Yeah.
They were actually, Safari Outdoor was their second store. Further back down next to Motormate was the original store, dude. And it was tiny. And like, look at them now. I mean, they are swinging so well. I'm so happy for them. They're doing really, really well.
They are indeed.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure everybody will love the fact that we've got this really evil looking Ducati behind us. I mean, this thing has got wings that it should take off. Like literally should take off.
What is it?
Well, it's a V4, definitely. Fully kitted V4 with carbon wheels, Öhlins suspension. So it's definitely a badass. Full SC twin pipes underneath it.
It's a full race bike, isn't it?
No, it's a road bike. It's got headlights. Check it. It's definitely got headlights. But it's built as a race rep, obviously, a Lenovo race rep.
With the wings on top of the wings.
The wings on top of the wings. And right behind it, how cool is that, is this old classic 748 Ducati parked right behind it.
That's not the exploding one that you mentioned.
That is the exploding one.
Yeah.
That is the exploding one.
I've been contemplating putting what do they call it? The X. It's not an X-wing for my Aprilia.
Yes.
Is it the X-wing?
No, well, I don't know, but the winglets,
whatever they call it. Yeah, but they do like a full wing from the front. I looked at it and I was like, it's a bit much on a 210. Some of the guys do it.
It's a lot.
And it changes the whole look of the thing as well. So I don't know, I might. It would be great if we could take you around here and show you some of these vehicles, but it's a podcast and an editorial, okay? So just trust us that we're looking at Porsches, M's, and other lovely things.
Some of the classic cars, those are really, really pretty, eh?
So down here, we walked, they had
the NSX.
The NSX, they've got the Mustang notchback, which belongs to a customer. We saw a Ford Super Chief, an Apache.
What is the one from Expendables?
The Apache.
The Apache.
Yeah,
the
they've got a classic American F-150 I like that van for its
Oh.
simplicity. That's the one right next door to the
Yes,
Apache.
yes, yeah, me too.
Yeah, we'll post pictures of that. Beautiful, very simple.
yeah.
If I could afford an Apache, I would though. But
Dude, did you actually take before we leave? You take a walk around behind the cars. Go look at those bikes parked behind there. They are literally some really stuff that you'll never see. You'll never see. You can go. I don't care where you go in South Africa. You will never see these bikes. They got RVF 750 that was raced.
Yeah.
Castrol colors. They've got Keanu Reeves' Suter upstairs. Yeah. And just go look at the classic bikes that they got at the back there. That's some really, like, where do you go to see that stuff? Not even the bike museum has it.
No. So definitely some very interesting stuff that is almost one of a kind.
One of a kind.
Also, a that F30 upstairs was interesting, huh?
Dude, that thing is pretty. I wouldn't say no to owning that thing. But the problem is, like, my problem is exactly what you said. If you stop with that car, it's a stunner, don't get me wrong. I think it's one of the prettiest cars I've ever seen. But someone's going to pull up next to you and he's going to want to race, and
then you can't back it up.
You cannot back it up.
So upstairs is an F30 320 BMW that has all the makings. It looks like an M3. So it's got the M3 CS hood with the bump and the scoop. He's got the side fenders from an M3 with a grille.
Yeah.
He's got the boot lid. He's got the M3 seats in it, the M3 steering wheel, 20-inch wheels. Dropped about, I don't know, lower than snake shit.
Yeah.
Also an air. Beautiful.
Carbon diffuser.
M3 diffuser on the back, M3 bumper on the front.
Yeah.
But it's still a 320, right? So it's on sale upstairs for what, 350,000 Rand.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, well, firstly, it's a 320. Okay. So, I mean, my car is newer than that one. I have an F30.
Yes.
200 grand. Okay. Now yes, of course, you spend the money. What is the company called? Custom Works or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Beautiful to look at as a showpiece. So now you have this car and you're driving around feeling like you're in an M3. And then a 335 pulls up next to you and gives you and you have to look the other way.
Yeah. 100%.
You have to look the other way. Yeah.
100%.
So, but I mean, would I say no to it? No.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't say no to owning it. I think it's a stunner, but the only thing that scares me is
You know what the issue is as well in the BMW community? A lot of petty people like to go, oh, you're up badging. You know, you don't deserve. Because I mean, I'm on a group with a bunch of guys. And my car's just a 320. But I've got the 2 badges on the side, which it came with. And then it never came with a badge on the back. So I've got a black M badge on the back of my car. But it's not an M car, but it's a 320i Sports, M Sport.
yes.
And other guys are like, oh, yeah, you can't put that there because, you're making it look like an M. I'm like, the fuck? I'm not making it look like anything. The car looks good.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if I'm going to be challenged on putting one small badge on my 320i to make it look like a, can you imagine you rock up in that car?
Oh, no, you did, but you'll be crucified.
It's like a full, that car's had a full sex change. That is like a 2025 trans vehicle there.
Yeah.
Okay. How's that going to go down?
No, that's not going to go down. It's not going to go down at all. Dude, just by saying that, do you remember that time me and you, we went with Super Duke Club and we went out to Magaliesberg and all these guys have got the first gen Super Dukes. Me and friends, you were on your Z. I was on my MT-09. We found our bike straight away. When all the Oaks came out, it took them at least 5 to 10 minutes to figure out whose bike was whose. I'll never
They all
forget
look the same.
Every single one of them looked. The only way they could tell the difference was the pipes.
The pipes, because of how the titanium was burnt.
Oh God, I'll never forget
the people who had shorty pipes or long pipes and the oxidization on their pipes. Oh, yeah.
Dude, and like how everybody just ripped us off. Yeah, you Super Duke this, Super Duke that. And we were already on our bikes. Bikes were running, and we were watching these guys trying to figure this shit out. It was the best ever. So yes, that's what kills me a lot about these little niche groups. The BMW groups, the KTM groups, the Ducati groups. Is I understand being a purist, but come on, really?
The thing is, I'm all for it if you have a bike that is very good and you can ride it, right? But at some point, even though I was on that KTM group for a while, some of the guys started to make it feel like, at the time, I have this money and I can afford this bike and you can't.
Yes.
And it nearly came to blows for me with somebody about it, something like that, So let's let bygones be bygones, okay? But I mean, I'm actually not going to say anymore because I'm going to start getting nasty about it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to move on.
Moving on.
It's in the past.
Moving on. Moving on. Moving on. Yeah, dude, like that just used to kill me. But and I'm gonna this is one last thing on these topics is the funniest thing I've ever seen is when we go out on a breakfast run and you'll get to Vuvatello's is the place. So Vuvatello, you get all the Oaks rock up on their V4s and Ducatis. These guys take more time taking photos of these bikes than they actually do riding. And they got full leathers on, eh? Full leathers. Pista helmets, but their leathers are red and white. The knee sliders are white. Not one mark on the knee slider.
Of course not.
On the toe slider, not one mark. It looks like these Oaks literally get home and like quickly go and pack their shit away. You know, no, but anyway, let's see. Subject change because we're going to get grilled for this. So.
Yeah, no, it's the truth. I mean, the biking community and the car community do have its creases, right?
Yes.
Yeah, in relation to people. But
yes.
yeah.
Look, I just wanted to say to everybody, excuse like the background and all of that. We are in a working environment. The guys are working, and so we are. You are with us. Enjoy.
Yeah. So, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, I had a chance to test that camera a little bit.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that Insta360 Go 3S. Long name, right?
Yes, yeah.
So firstly, despite the name Insta360, that is not a 360 camera.
Oh.
Right. I was also quite surprised. I was like, so the company is called Insta360, but that one is more of an action camera. So it's got the housing. We'll post the picture again. And that little camera that you put out, which I still need to test and put inside the visor. And you can keep it within about 40 meters of its housing, and it works, and it can record independently for 40 minutes. Still record sound. So very cool. I tried it in a few environments, very lekker. Very handy for biking, climbing, not so good. And the boxing didn't work because I put the clip on Shan's shirt, my boxing coat.
Yes.
I wasn't teaching my wife. And when you're going through the combinations, you're moving too much and it doesn't work.
Yes,
so great. Yeah. It's great for some things, not so good for others, but would I buy it? Yeah, maybe. I think so.
I need to see the footage. I need to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
I actually have to buy a action cam eventually. So I'm still on GoPro Hero 3. That's how long ago that I was actually flipping.
No, you need to speak to. I'll send you his details. Brett from Insta360, and he will have a camera for anything that you need. But you just get a 360 camera.
Yeah.
Because he has one that you can put on your bike, let's say, and you can track a subject while you're riding, and the AI in the camera will keep that person in the shot wherever you ride.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. So this particular camera is great for some environments. Now we're talking about, yes, it might not work specifically for boxing, but it was great in the normal gym, right?
Yes.
So on the bike, it'll be phenomenal. But I'll send you his details. Speak to him. But I mean, personally, I will never not buy a 360 camera, purely because of how versatile they are. That Go 3S is also waterproof up to 12 meters.
Oh, wow.
Even separate from its housing. So you can literally go scuba diving with it and just drop it in the water, plop, and then go swim after it and get it.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So chat to him and then have a look.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'm keen for that. I want to go. In the future, I'm looking at getting one of those Panzer shotguns, semi-automatics.
Oh, the one I sent you.
Dude, I went and I had a look at it.
Panzer AL12.
I went and had a look at it. Guy pulls it out of a box. It's got this crazy camo design. He says you can have it in whatever camo you want. You want it pink and grey and black, whatever you want. I think his prices were a little bit high, but I'm sure we can get it cheaper. He wanted 15 on them. I'm pretty sure you can get them between 12 and 13.
The last I priced the Panzer was about 12, but it was 2.5 years ago.
Yeah. So it was at like 15. I'm sure somebody was selling them at like 13 something.
Where were you?
I'll tell you about it later.
Okay. Yeah. So if I need a shotgun next, but I mean, if I was you, I mean, for home defense, right? Perfect. Yeah. The issue that I have now is, so I have the AR.
Yes.
Okay. It's a 10.4 inch barrel. So the rifle with the scope on it is this long. So now whenever I go to the range, I have to whip it out of the car. It doesn't it increases your posture by so much that people know
Yes,
I don't look like a violinist, right?
No, no. Not carrying that, no.
Exactly. So I'm carrying a large weapon. So now I'm having to either do one of two things. One, I get the low tactical collapsible adapter.
Yes.
That's 8,000 rand. Or I get the Sylvan Arms folder, which allows me to fold the stock against the gun, 6,000 rand. Or I break down my rifle. So I basically just separate the upper receiver from the lower. I can stack them side by side. I can mold a piece of foam and I can put in the backpack and it looks like I have my laptop, which is what I'm going to have to do. So that I can at least walk into a range without alerting the entire world to the fact that I have an assault rifle on me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I haven't taken it to the range since having it at home. I'm trying to just manage the risk of it as well.
Yeah, 100%. You have to these days. Really.
So I've been looking at ways to, I actually measured it. I split it yesterday and I'm going to have to make a piece of foam so I can put it into a normal size backpack. So consider that.
Dude, like I said, if I'm going to buy an assault rifle now, it's 9mm, it's a CZ, I want the Scorpion. It's a small tactical.
PCC, pistol caliber carbine.
Yeah, dude, it's absolutely stunning. It's probably about that big. About that big. You know what I mean? So you could stick it in a backpack.
Yeah.
You know? And I love the rifle. It's a great gun. But we'll look at that. Oh, I didn't tell you what happened. So jumping completely off subject. Sunday night. Yeah, shouting, screaming. Set off the alarm. Yeah, some more screaming. Get outside. Somebody is getting attacked. So bulletproof vest on, gun out. And the reason why I'm telling you this is that torch and the laser sight I got fitted to my Glock, that torch is phenomenal, bro. We could see so far with it. Fortunately, we didn't find what was going on. Sad. But that torch that I've got on the Glock, magnificent.
What is it, an Olight?
I think it's an Olight. I can't remember. I'm lying to you now. No, it's not an Olight. I will, when I get home, I'll check it for you. I'll let you know. Worked phenomenal. I got to get the red dot sighted properly.
You got a red dot?
It's got a red dot.
Oh, nice.
So red dot plus torch.
Laser.
Yeah, sorry, laser. Sorry, not red dot sight. Laser, red dot laser. Phenomenal, dude.
Yeah, that's very nice, huh?
And because the Glock is it's a long barrel. It's a 35 for sports shooting, but with that attachment on it actually makes the gun look in proportion now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sounds stupid, but the gun actually looks like it's in proportion.
Have you shot it with the light on?
No, I haven't.
You should try that. I'm curious to see if it will help manage some of the. Is it a 9mm?
40.
40. So actually, the weight bias of the light and the laser might help manage some of the recoil from the.
Dude, but you need to shoot the gun even without the torch on, because it's a long barrel. There's no kick.
That's very good.
Like my HS. Remember my Springfield Armories?
Yeah.
And that thing had it was weighted, so it didn't really kick.
Yeah.
But this thing, stunning. Now I understand why they use it for sport shooting.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Additional weight.
Yeah. It was actually made for if I stand to correction, FBI. It was actually made for the FBI as their carry gun. You know what I mean? But because it was such a big gun, it was visibly seen. So they changed to something else. But anyway, that's completely off topic. Yeah.
American law enforcement used Glocks for the longest time. Yeah.
I'm not a fan, I'm not a fan of Glock.
No.
I don't like it. The reason why I got it was big ups to Rowley and Keegan. They arranged it for me, and I got it at a really, really good price.
Yeah.
Really, really good price. So I couldn't turn it down.
Look, it works, huh? I mean, I think I'm done. I don't know. We'll see once the finances stabilize from business.
Jeez, luck. Really.
Yeah. So I like the 6-hour P365. I think they have a Legion that comes out with the red dots and all sorts of red cuts that I saw it. I don't need it. But ideally, I wouldn't mind a pistol small enough for like an ankle strap.
Yes.
But I also need to then factor in how many pairs of the pants that I always wear are wide enough at the bottom that I'll be able to get away with it. Because the more I carry, the less I want to go places without my gun.
Yes.
I mean, I even go to, I'm not going to say too much. I've managed to sneak in a knife or two everywhere I go, irrespective of the situation. I just want to be one up on anybody in case you're going to start some shit. I
Yes.
want to go home. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to, just talking about it, because I always carry the firearm. Like
Yeah.
today I'm not carrying, I want to go get a crambit. That's
crambit,
yeah,
yeah.
I actually want to go get one.
Yeah.
Just also as a carrier, as a precaution, because this day and age, you know, like we used to talk about going to the bars and going to a club, you always have problems. Now just going to a restaurant or going to go pick up takeaways, you have problems.
Yeah.
I just want that one up as well.
Okay,
So
Rambit's nice. I have a few.
yeah, I actually need to go get one.
MTech makes a lot of, or United Cutlery as well. You can buy them on Takealot. Makes some very nice karambits. And if you get one ugly enough, 9 times out of 10, you don't even have to use it. Just throw it to the oak.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, I'm going to go look at getting a crambit.
Yeah.
But like just now, going off subject again. So you, me and you've been chatting for quite a while now. You know that I'm going to be closing the business down. So hopefully moving on to bigger and better things. And I'm looking forward to it. It's actually, it's more of a blessing for me, you know what I mean? Because it's stolen a lot of life from me, you know what I mean? It stole a lot of time from my son. And right now, I'm all about making memories, you know what I mean? Because when we die one day, that's all we can take with us, you know what I mean? So I'm looking at closing it down, and that's what's happening in the future for me. So yeah, and I know your business is doing pretty damn, it's getting there. Eh?
It's getting there. The label law business is picking up. Label law Sherpa say it's getting there, slowly getting more and more clients. I closed the personal trading side of the business down
Yes.
a couple months ago, so I'm doing my last. I saw some money and then we're done with it. It just didn't pan out, right?
Yeah.
Also, I wouldn't say it stole my joy. I did a good job of it, but I was never the most dedicated. A lot of things just didn't happen. Saturated market, bit of imposter syndrome as well, even though I qualified in the thing. It just wasn't for me. This is, the labor law side happens a lot more naturally for me.
Yes.
It's
No,
almost
of
my
course.
environment. So no, but I wish you all the best, brother.
No,
But,
dude, it's just regarding the business, like as the years have progressed, running just a normal workshop, it doesn't work anymore in this country because I'm a luxury. And most guys, their bikes, a lot of guys, and they can't tell me otherwise, a lot of guys are either weekend warriors or they might ride the bike once a month, if that. So the services and that have all just declined. Most guys are servicing their own stuff. So it's a bittersweet thing. So I've got some really beautiful customers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for me, on a personal level and as a whole, yeah, it's time, you know what I mean? It's time to just say goodbye to that. So just
End of an era.
End of an era. We're on to bigger and better things, you know?
And are you ready for World War III?
Yeah, I think I'm ready. I've been training for it for so many years, you know, PlayStation.
Without getting political on the topic
Yes,
of which
yes.
side you
Yeah.
choose, it's going to be, did you hear that Iran bombed the one base?
You see, talk about that, fuck around, find out. No, there's caca.
Oh, retaliation, okay?
Yeah.
A retaliatory strike on the American base, and they gave them warning.
Yeah.
So that there would be no lives lost. But what a time to be alive.
Oh,
you know?
yes, dude. all we need now is we just need aliens to land. That's it.
Shan that made a post yesterday on social media about millennials who have already survived one pandemic to 2 wars, etc. And now are looking at the world like World War III is about to happen.
Oh, dude, that is so brilliant. This. But look, this year was a crazy year. I mean, when I stepped into this year, you know, I was like, I just stepped in. I didn't touch anything. I just looked around and all of a sudden everything has just gone batshit crazy again.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Absolute mess. But yeah.
Like, dude, I don't know. Look, as long as Russia and China don't step into the mix, I think this could be settled. I think it could be. But, you know, like, you know me, I'm very religious. So biblical, 2 tribes will fight until the end of days. 2 tribes. And these oaks have been ruling for how long? Forever. So...
whatever come with me, bro. I'm just going to go to the gun shop of the weekend and buy more 223 ammo, buy more 9 more
I
ammo.
need to get another, dude, I got to get another bulletproof vest. I got an older bulletproof vest.
Leave it out. Just learn to shoot, bro.
Piss off. Bro, and mine has still got that thick metal plating. I want a Kevlar one now. Because I ran up the hill chasing people the other night.
Yeah.
That was like doing CrossFit. I thought I was going to die.
Keep an eye on Southwest Holsters, James. He was making one which was small, had a few... It looks smaller than the average plate carrier.
Yes.
But I don't know if he completed it yet.
Okay.
So when I mean, I like his stuff.
Yes, yes, yes.
All my holsters are from there. So when he releases it, I'll get one of those. Yeah.
Do you watch any of the Sean Ryan podcasts?
Some of them, yeah.
Yes,
So the
yeah.
one with the Reaper on, one with John Shrek.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, DJ Shipley on there. I'll catch some of the stuff, but not religiously.
Yes, yes. That Shipley guy is quite a lekker guy.
DJ.
Yeah, I think I like him a lot. I think he's. I wouldn't like to be on the bad side of him.
That's
I think that I will wreck your shit, bro. Properly.
Def Group. No.
Yeah, no, that I will wreck your shit. But
that's
what a down to earth man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know if you saw like his last one, and he even tells you, you know, and this is out to guys out there, you know, because just in general, like a lot of guys deal with a lot of bullshit, you know, over their lives, through their lives, and nobody talks about it. And he even said, you know, he battled with such post shit, you know what I mean? And he dealt with it for years. A lot of guys end up, you know, like taking their, you know, unaliving themselves for TikTok purposes.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. Like, and a lot of people don't understand. Men go through a lot of crap, you know what I mean? And all you got to do is talk, man. You just got to talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it just shows you a guy like that can actually admit and talk about something like that. It's really cool.
I mean, he was a soldier. He was definitely. So they were seeing the worst of the worst conflicts,
Yeah.
killing people.
Yeah.
Right. So that is guaranteed to leave a lasting impression on your psyche, bro.
100%.
So yeah, you've got to talk, huh?
I watched that video of that Vela, was a purple heart of that on top of the hill, where that guy who ran down, got shot like so many times.
I remember that.
And he fought off all those guys.
Super heart, huh?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He passed away, but I mean, if it wasn't for him, he's like platoon, whatever you want to call it, wouldn't have gotten out there. That oak fought valiantly. Eventually, the oak was just getting up. I just think that never going to die. You know, like, oh, well, I'm dead now. Might as well, you know. But amazing. If you go, it's on YouTube, and you can actually watch from that rig. That I don't know what that plane is up there.
An AC-130.
There we go, that bastard.
Yeah.
And you actually watch this guy. It's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, you got super heart, huh?
Yeah, it brought tear to my eye watching that.
Yeah.
Watching that man get up and go again. I was like, no way.
Yes.
Savage.
What is the nickname they give the AC-130? The Spectre.
The Spectre.
Yeah.
But one thing the Americans brew the warthog that.
An angel or the Spectre?
I don't know.
Fuck, not remember.
But how badass is that warthog?
Yeah,
The 18?
Yeah.
It is literally a flying gun.
It is.
A flying gun. Dude, I love that thing. And that is, to me, when you hear that thing coming, you know, this is it. Game over, bro. Good job.
The sound of those guns, yeah.
I love it. What's our time looking like?
We can wrap up, huh?
Yeah, we can call it a day. So basically, in a nutshell, we are now sitting down in Car Shop Rivonia, full detailing up and down. And thank you to the boys. Oh, James upstairs, gun collector as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he bought a Desert Eagle. Just because.
Oh, I mean,
because I would as well, just because. I said, wait until you go shoot it.
Why not? Yeah.
But anyway, in a nutshell, that's us, eh?
Sorry about the noise levels. We hope that the noise cancellation takes care of most of it. If not, we will make a note of it and try and fix it for next time. But thank you for joining us for another episode of Blasters.